What's going on, guys? This is Sam. I hope all of you are doing well. Today, watchOS 5.1.2 came out, which means that we finally have the ECG app on the Apple Watch Series 4, what I'm wearing on my wrist right now. If you're excited, drop a like down below as always, and of course, hit subscribe so you do not miss out on any other Apple news. But let's go ahead and take an ECG on our wrist with an Apple Watch. This is wild. All right, so the new ECG app is on here now. It looks like a little heart wave, which is cool. Not to be confused with the already existing heart rate or heartbeat app. So we can go up here again, tap on ECG, and it says to set up ECG, you have to open the health app on your iPhone. So I'm gonna grab that, and immediately it's gonna tell us that, hey, there's a new ECG app with a cool little launch screen. Set up ECG. All right, so this is super interesting. Once you get through the setup process, it asks for your birthday, and because I'm under 22, it tells me that it's not intended for use by people under 22 years old. And it doesn't let you actually do anything if you leave the birth date the same. So I'm going to put this back just a year or two. It tells you a little bit about what an ECG is. It tells you that it can also go by EKG. My mom told me that because she's a nurse. But it just tells you it's measuring the electrical pulses that make your heart beat. And it's going to check these pulses to get your heart rate and see if the upper and lower chambers of your heart are in rhythm. If they're out of rhythm, it's called AFib. It's really, really bad. It can be really, really dangerous. So let's hit continue now, and it's going to tell you what kind of results you could see. So sinus, atrial fibrillation, also known as AFib, low or high heart rate, and then also inconclusive, which would mean it can't really tell you anything for some reason. So let's hit continue. Again, there's a lot of warnings here. Apple does not want any literal blood on their hands from somebody using this improperly. It can't detect a heart attack. So we're gonna hit continue one more time, and it's telling us to first open the ECG app. All right, ECG app is set up. Let's go ahead and take one. Take an accurate ECG. Your Apple Watch needs to be snug on the wrist, selected in settings, and currently that's your left wrist. Yeah, it is. Cool. All right, very cool animation right here. Hold your finger on the digital crown. Let me see if I can hold still. You definitely have to be super, super accurate. So, all right, I'm trying really hard to hold still. I also can't tell if that's a live reading happening right now, if that's my actual heartbeat, or if it's just an animation or a simulation. And I don't want to move because I don't want to lose this progress, but we're really close to being done with ECG. And it's telling me that I have a completely normal heartbeat. And if you tap on it, it's going to tell you sinus is normal. That is exactly what you want to see. If you would see something like atrial fibrillation, again, it doesn't confirm the fact that you have it, but it could be a really big help in detecting that your heart could have an issue. So this ECG does not show signs of atrial fibrillation. So I'm AFib free, really good to hear. Definitely would be really worrying at 20 years old if I had any medical issues like that. But it can tell you, if you're not feeling well, you can add some symptoms. If you're feeling bad, this is all going to get logged to the health app. And then when you go in, you can talk to your doctor, which is cool. So now you can view your ECG in the health app. But yeah, we just ran the first ECG on the Apple Watch. Totally wild, totally crazy. Never did I think this would become somewhat of a useful medical tool or instrument for tracking and monitoring your health. What's cool about this is that there's a ton of detail here. So you can literally scroll through your entire ECG and see what the electrical waves were looking like when they were coming from your heart, which is totally wild. You can also export a PDF. So if you want to send this to your doctor straight from your iPhone, you just ran an ECG. Now it's similar to a single lead. Again, it's not going to be like perfect. It's not the medical industry standard for an ECG, but it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. And I feel like there's not that many people that can just totally ignore the fact that Apple's doing some cool work here, and I haven't seen anything like this anywhere else in the wearables market. All right, so that is the ECG app on the Apple Watch Series 4. What are your thoughts on this? Can you imagine a future where the Apple Watch Series 4 has more than just an ECG? Maybe it has a whole array of health sensors that you use in conjunction with this as a workout device, or this as a timepiece. I think the future of the Apple Watch is going to be really interesting, and today has definitely been a huge, huge step in the right direction for the Apple Watch line. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Drop a like if you learned something new, and of course hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any more Apple news in the future. I've been Sam, that's all I've got, and I'll see you all in the next video.